Okay, so let's talk workspace in Hong Kong.
Okay.
If you've ever,
Yeah.
tried to set up a business here or even just
All right.
work remotely,
Yeah.
you know that finding the right space can be
Oh, absolutely.
really tricky.
Yeah,
It's expensive,
it is.
and it's hard to find something flexible.
For sure, especially if you're not looking for that,
Right.
sort of traditional long-term lease.
Yeah, those long leases are a killer.
Yeah, and you don't always know how much space you're going to need 6 months down the line. Okay.
Exactly. So today we're looking at a trend that seems to be addressing those pain points, co-working spaces.
Yes.
We're diving deep
Oh,
into
sweet.
what they are, how they work, and why they're gaining so much traction, especially in a city like Hong Kong.
It's really fascinating to see how they've evolved too,
Yeah,
from being kind of a niche thing for freelancers to now,
right.
everyone's talking about them.
Yeah, we've been going through a bunch of reports,
Yeah,
articles, websites, really getting into the nitty-gritty of this whole co-working phenomenon.
for sure.
And I think for anyone who isn't already familiar,
Yeah.
maybe just a quick definition.
Yeah.
What are co-working spaces?
Okay, so in the simplest terms, you're looking at shared office environments
Right.
where people can lease a desk, an office, all sorts of different options.
Yeah.
But the key is that it's within a larger communal setting.
And it's not just about cramming a bunch of desks into a room.
No, not at all.
Right. These spaces usually offer things like high-speed internet,
Of course, that's essential these days.
meeting rooms, communal areas for breaks, and
Yeah.
networking.
Exactly. And it all helps to kind of lower the overhead compared to setting up your own private office.
Oh, the cost can add up so quickly.
Oh, yeah, especially in Hong Kong.
So right off the bat, we see those benefits, the
Yeah.
flexibility, the cost savings, the amenities.
And the networking potential, don't forget.
Right, absolutely. So let's dig a little deeper into the nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
What does it actually mean to be a member of a co-working space in Hong Kong? What are those options you mentioned?
Okay, so you usually have a few different membership tiers.
Okay.
And one of the most basic is hot desking.
Hot desking.
Yeah, basically you come in and you just grab any available desk in the shared area.
Okay, so no assigned space, just
Exactly.
first come, first served.
It's perfect if you're, maybe not in the office every day.
Right.
Or you like to move around, or you're on a really tight budget.
Yeah, makes sense.
And you move up to a dedicated desk.
Okay, dedicated desk.
So that's like your own spot.
Yeah.
In shared space, you can leave your stuff there.
Okay, so a little more.
Yeah, a bit more permanence.
Right.
And then, of course, you have private offices.
Yeah.
For those who need more privacy, maybe a team working together.
Or if you're dealing with sensitive information.
Right, exactly.
You don't want everyone looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, so it depends on your needs, your budget, your work style.
And how do you know which one is right for you?
Well, a lot of spaces offer free trials or day passes.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, so you can kind of get a feel for the place before you commit.
Test drive it, so to speak.
Exactly.
And let's talk money.
Okay.
What are the typical costs involved?
Okay, so generally you're looking at a monthly membership fee.
Right.
And the price, well, that really varies depending on a bunch of things.
Like what?
Location is a big one.
Obviously.
The type of membership you choose
Right. Hot desk versus dedicated desk.
versus a private office.
Right.
And then the co-working space itself.
Meaning,
Some are more premium with more amenities, more events, that kind of thing.
yeah, makes sense.
So for hot desking, you might be looking at, let's say, 2,500 HKD to 4,000 HKD per month.
Okay.
Dedicated desks, maybe 4,000 to 6,000.
Okay. And private offices.
Those can start around 8,000 and go up from there.
Wow.
Yeah, depending on the size, the location, all that.
Okay, so it's not exactly cheap.
No,
Yeah.
but compared to renting a traditional office space in Hong Kong, it can be significantly cheaper.
And you get all those additional perks.
Yeah.
What kind of perks are we talking about?
Well, you've got your basics, high-speed internet, printing, meeting rooms,
Yeah.
usually a communal kitchen with tea and coffee.
Okay.
But then some places go above and beyond.
Like what?
Some have on-site cafes, gyms, even nap rooms.
Wow, nap rooms.
Yeah, some are really focused on that whole wellness aspect.
Interesting.
And then a lot of them organize events.
Events.
Yeah, networking events, workshops, social gatherings, all sorts of things.
To help people connect.
Exactly, build that community vibe.
I guess location is a big factor, too.
Oh, huge.
You want to be somewhere central, accessible.
Yeah, ideally near public transport, good food options.
Right. No one wants to be stuck in a co-working space in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
So we've talked about the what, the how.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the why.
Okay.
Why are people choosing co-working spaces over traditional offices?
Well, I think the flexibility and the cost effectiveness are huge draws.
Yeah, we talked about that a bit.
Yeah, you avoid those long leases. You can scale up or down as needed.
Especially for startups and small businesses.
Right. They might not know how much space they'll need in a year. So
Exactly.
it's a lot less risky.
And you mentioned amenities, right? Those can be a big selling point, too.
Oh, for sure.
Having access to things like high-speed internet, meeting rooms.
Printing, all that.
Yeah, it's all included.
And often it's a higher standard than what you could afford on your own.
Right, if you were starting from scratch.
Exactly. It's like you're outsourcing your office management,
Yeah.
which frees you up to focus on your actual work.
And then there's the community aspect.
Yes.
The networking potential.
That's a big one.
Right, you're surrounded by other entrepreneurs, freelancers.
People from all sorts of industries.
Yeah, you can bounce ideas off each other, collaborate.
Maybe even find new clients or business partners.
So the built-in network.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of spaces really cultivate that.
With events and workshops and all that.
Exactly. They want to create that buzz.
Yeah, that energy.
It can be really inspiring.
Okay, so we've talked about the general appeal of co-working.
Yeah.
But why are they so popular in Hong Kong specifically?
Well, I think a big part of it is the crazy high real estate prices here.
Right, it's notoriously expensive.
Yeah, traditional office leases are just out of reach for a lot of businesses.
Especially startups.
Yeah, so co-working offers a more affordable alternative.
And you still get to be in a prime location.
Exactly. You don't have to compromise on that.
So it levels the playing field a bit.
Yeah, it gives smaller companies a chance to compete.
And it's not just about the cost.
No.
Hong Kong has a really diverse workforce, right?
Yeah, freelancers, remote workers, big corporations.
And co-working spaces cater to all of them.
Exactly. You can find spaces that are designed for specific industries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like tech, creative industries, finance.
That's interesting.
So you can be surrounded by people in your field.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And then there's that whole community aspect we talked about.
Which is maybe even more important in a city like Hong Kong.
Yeah, it can be a bit isolating, especially if you're new here or working remotely.
Right, you might not have that built-in social network.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So co-working spaces provide that.
A sense of belonging.
Yeah, a place to connect with people.
And it can be really beneficial for your mental well-being, too.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so let's say someone's listening and thinking, hey, co-working sounds great.
Yeah.
How do they choose the right space for their needs?
Well, there are a few key things to consider.
Okay.
First, location.
Right, obviously.
Is it easy to get to?
Public transport, parking, all that.
Exactly. And is it near the things you need?
Restaurants, cafes.
Yeah, you don't want to be trekking miles for lunch.
Okay, what else?
The atmosphere?
Right.
Is it quiet and focused?
Or more lively and collaborative?
Yeah. Does it match your work style?
And what about amenities?
Yeah. Internet speed, meeting rooms, printing, all those practical things.
Mm-hmm. Make sure they have what you need.
Exactly.
And of course, price.
Yeah. Can you afford it?
Does it fit your budget?
And what are the membership options?
Right. Do they have the flexibility you need?
Can you scale up or down easily?
And don't forget the contract terms.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you understand those.
What are the cancellation policies?
All that stuff.
So it's really about doing your research.
Absolutely.
Visit a few spaces, ask questions, get a feel for the vibe.
Yeah, and talk to people who already use them.
Right, get their feedback.
Word of mouth is really valuable.
And there are tons of online reviews, too.
Yeah, websites, forums, social media.
Don't be afraid to shop around.
Exactly. Find the perfect fit for you.
Okay, so looking ahead, what's the future of co-working in Hong Kong?
Well, one trend we're seeing is more specialization.
Specialization?
Yeah, spaces that are designed for specific industries,
Oh, interesting.
like for fintech startups or for designers.
Yeah, so they can network with people in their field.
Exactly, and have access to specialized equipment or software.
Makes sense.
And there's a big focus on wellness now.
Wellness.
Yeah, spaces with natural light, plants, quiet areas,
Oh, I like that.
and even gyms and meditation rooms.
Wow, that's pretty fancy.
It's all about creating a healthier, more productive work environment.
Yeah, I can see the appeal.
And then there's the whole technology side of things.
Right, everything's getting smarter.
Yeah. So we're going to see more smart technologies integrated into co-working spaces.
Like what?
Smart booking systems for meeting rooms.
Okay.
Personalized climate control.
Wow.
Even AI-powered assistants to help you with tasks.
That's pretty futuristic.
It's all about making the user experience as seamless as possible.
And what about the rise of remote work?
Well, I think that's actually going to fuel the demand for co-working spaces.
Really?
Yeah, because even if people are working remotely, they still need a place to go sometimes.
To meet with clients.
Or to collaborate with colleagues.
Or just to get out of the house.
Exactly. So co-working spaces provide that flexibility.
A space when you need it.
Without the commitment of a traditional office.
And lastly, what about sustainability?
That's a big one.
Yeah, it's on everyone's mind these days.
And co-working spaces are starting to reflect that.
How so?
They're using more sustainable materials, reducing energy consumption,
Okay.
encouraging recycling, all that.
So it's not just about providing a workspace.
No,
It's about doing it in a responsible way.
exactly.
So to wrap things up, it seems like co-working spaces are here to stay,
Oh, for sure.
especially in a city like Hong Kong.
They just make sense.
They offer flexibility, affordability, community, and a way to navigate those crazy high real estate prices.
That's the future of work.
So for anyone listening, if you're considering your workspace options,
Yeah.
really think about what you need.
Your priorities, your budget, your work style,
Do your research, visit a few spaces,
and find the one that feels right for you.
and as we move towards this more flexible, more collaborative, more sustainable way of working, what does that mean for the traditional office? How will the concept of work continue to evolve? That's something for all of us to think about as we navigate this exciting new world of work. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.